Hello everyone, and welcome back, or welcome to, depending on what order these go out in, to QuipScope.
Yeah.
Straight fresh from EGX.
Fresh off the EGX presses.
2019. I've got Ben here with me.
And I've got Peter here with me.
Yes, and Ben, we've been at EGX.
Yeah.
We've played some games.
Yeah.
What was the first game you played at EGX? Tell us.
I played Marvel Avengers.
Yes, you did play Marvel Avengers.
Yes.
You
got a sore throat?
Yeah.
Get yourself a Marvel Avenger.
Yes, it's like a lozenge.
But with more justice.
Yes. You queued for a while, but not as long as you would have had to.
No.
Because you actually played the PC build.
I did another PC. I played the PC version. There were two versions they were showing, the PS4 version and the PC version. They gave people an option when you got to the front of the queue if you wanted to play it on PS4 or PC. And a lot of people were just going for PS4.
Yeah.
But I think they cottoned onto that because they said, you can play it on PS4 or you can play it on PC. PC, you can go and queue up right now to get in there. It's exactly the same. You even play it with a DualShock 4.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, all right, that sounds good to me. I just want to get out of this bloody queue, please, and play it. And it is good.
Yeah,
it's good. It's the demo that we saw at Gamescom.
Right.
And so it's the events of A-Day from all the trailers before everything goes wrong. And you play as the different heroes. You get to play as Captain America, Black Widow, Hulk, Iron Man, and Thor.
Yes.
And it's clearly an introductory segment to the game, an introductory sequence, in that it's very linear. I don't know if this is representative of other levels. The flying characters can just sort of hover within the set area they're in until everything's dead, basically, and then the next thing's triggered. Again, I imagine it won't be the same throughout the entire game, but that's how it was here. So Thor's got his hammer, he can throw his hammer, but there are basic controls that go across all of them.
Right.
So square is for a light attack, heavy attack is triangle, holding triangle will do a heavy attack.
Right.
Circle is dodge, and a little thing appears above your head, much like the Arkham games and the Spider-Man. When you dodge correctly, there's like a little subtle bit of slowdown to make you look cool as you do it. And Thor can throw his hammer by holding L2 to aim it and R2 to throw it. And if you hold L2 while you're aiming, a little circle fills up around your aiming reticule, and it's more powerful when you throw the hammer, and then you press L2 to call it back to you again. You've got various sort of special abilities. L1 fires off one special ability, and then when another thing fills up all the way, you can press L1 and R1 for an even bigger special ability. So it works basically like that. Iron Man, he can hover around if you want. He can do the jet boots on his feet to sort of like slide around and punch people and things, but obviously you're going to be wanting to use his palm blasters.
Yeah.
You know his palm blasters?
Yeah, I know his palm blasters.
Tony Stark's palm blasters.
Yes.
And again, you aim with L2 and fire with R2, and if you hold L2 while aiming, you do a more powerful shot when it charges. His big move is firing his chest blaster.
Yes.
I think it's the Unibeam or something.
Where
he fires out of his chest and you can slowly aim it around, and it's super powerful. Enemies have health bars that you tick down, and I think that they have levels as well. You get experience and things like that, so you can level up. Hulk, he's a big boy.
Yeah.
If you hold down triangle, I think with Hulk, you grab a man.
Okay.
And you can just use him as a weapon.
Right.
And you can throw him with L2 and R2. You can just swing him around at people, or you can just run around stamping on the ground. His big move is the thunderclap, where he slaps his hands together and it sends everything flying.
Right.
And he did a bit of puckle. Black Widow was really fun to play, actually. She's basically the same as Thor in that she's obviously predominantly a hand-to-hand fighter, but she also has her pistols, so you can hold L2 and fire with R2, but it seemingly never has to reload, which is actually really cool because you can just go and then punch a bit, and then dodge by doing a backflip, and then just keep firing your pistols and stuff. So that was good fun. Her special move is basically to go invisible, so enemies don't know where she is, and she can just keep attacking them. Captain America, I would say, is the one I had the most fun playing as, with his sexy shield.
So you're able to play as them all in this demo? In this demo,
yeah. It switches between all of them in various stages of the A-Day event unfolding as the city's getting destroyed, basically. Or as the bridge is getting destroyed, and then their big helicarrier thing, which is the technology that they're showing off. They've got this new technology in there, sort of a core, an energy core, and it's sabotaged and explodes with Cap on the ship. And it's implied in the trailers that Cap dies because there's a statue to him and stuff. I'm assuming he comes back because he was the most fun character to play as. And why would they make him a playable character if they took him out immediately? But he throws his shield and it's really good. His special ability is to basically do he throws his shield. You can just throw it at a wall and it will ricochet off every enemy in the room and hit all of them even without you aiming at them. It's just great. Like he was the most fun to play as. I will say there were a couple of small issues in that when I was doing certain animations. And Cap and certain other of the heroes as well, but in particular Cap, if you're fighting people and they're near death, you can sort of do an execution, a bit like Doom Eternal, where he'll grab them out of the sky and do like a spinning heel kick to the face, or he'll grab them and just like slam them over his knee or something. So that it's good. The combat is good. But when it enters some of those, sometimes the camera was in scenery. So I couldn't. So everything was obscured by concrete, and occasionally I would, when I was dodging, I would just. If I dodged correctly and an enemy was like swinging at me, I would just sort of phase right through them. Rather than away from them, I'd just pass right through them like a ghost. Which was a bit weird. I will say that because I played it on PC, the DualShock 4 had no rumble control. It had no feedback, and that was pretty noticeable to begin with. And I'm sure with feedback it was far more visceral, but that's just something that I noticed if you're playing it on PC. I suppose that's just a standard thing, but it's something that I wasn't used to anyway. As a console player, it actually played a little video after I finished it, because I got through it really quick, Peter, because I am an Avenger.
Pro gamer.
I'm a pro gamer, and I'm also an Avenger.
Avenger, yeah.
Avenger. I'm Avenger. And it played a video that's probably already circulating online, but I haven't seen it before. It was sort of, you know how certain games do, welcome to the world of Cyberpunk 2077. It sort of did that and kind of gave an overview of how the game works. So there's going to be dozens and dozens of costumes for each of the characters. You level up and there are skill trees. What else is there? There are upgradable parts, sort of like Destiny, which is sort of where this game worries me a little bit, because I don't really know what it is in terms of, is it a single player game? It's single player if you want it to be, but you can play co-op online on certain missions, which I'll talk about in a second. But it showed in the video looking at Iron Man's armor, and you could upgrade. He unlocked a new chest beam bit, and it's slightly better stats than his old Unibeam. And his palm blasters.
Yes, palm blasters.
His new palm blasters. So that, there's an element of leveling up and molding your hero to how you want it to be, and there's a good chance that you'll find a costume that you like from a comic you like, or a book you like, and that sort of stuff. So the two different types of missions that it described were single player or Warzone missions. So single player are crafted, obviously single player missions that I'm assuming follow the story and are probably pretty linear. And I would happily play a 6-7 hour campaign of just a well-crafted Avengers story on my own. I think that would be fun enough. But these Warzone missions allow you to team up with other players online, and I imagine they're probably slightly less narrative heavy. But all the XP, all the parts you unlock, all of that stuff carries across both. So if you have a favorite hero, you can go into Warzone and use your character there to play with friends.
You mentioned there's a lot of unlockable skins.
Yes.
Do we know one way or another whether there are any further heroes in the game other than those 5?
Apparently there are going to be more heroes. I think Ant-Man's already been shown, possibly. I can't remember who it was at the end of the Gamescom or E3 trailer. But Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel, is confirmed.
Okay.
So much so, in fact, that she is now her logo is one of the symbols that are along with the other existing symbols that were plastered all over the booth. So clearly she's going to be a central character.
Yeah, Agatha Christie's Miss Marvel.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you, Peter. I know you're a fan.
Yeah, love it.
She's actually she's the one who narrates the A-Day trailer, the one who says, they say don't meet your heroes. Well, I did, and it was amazing.
Oh,
that's
fantastic.
Her. That's her. She's at A-Day, and then obviously the events are set. Most of the game is set after the events of A-Day. After a few years, I'm assuming she's a bit older because I think she was like a teenager visiting A-Day. So she's in it. We're told there's going to be loads more heroes coming. I am unsure, citation needed, what the monetization DLC microtransaction aspect is. I think they've promised that there's going to be no additional charges, but if there were going to be, I would imagine that it would be for costumes. I don't know. But it's promising, and as I said, if we could get a well-crafted, even 5-hour Avengers campaign where you can play as all your favorites and you don't need to play online if you don't want to, then I would be happy with that.
Yeah.
Because I think it controlled well and I did enjoy it, and as a Marvel fan as well, it was good. It was good fun.
Okay. I mean, the last kind of point really that I would say, obviously on the video there will now be footage playing of the game.
Yeah.
And for the observant ones among you, you've probably realised, if you've not already heard by now, this isn't based on the actual MCU as we know it.
No, it's not.
This is the Avengers, just as the characters that they have always been. But how do you feel, generally speaking, about this iteration of the characters, given that they're not the ones that you have in your head?
I'm over it now.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people were initially a bit put off, but it doesn't bother me anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not that fussed. I think the voice actors do a good job from what I heard. The characters are in line with the comic books as they are in the films.
Yeah.
It was always going to be an uphill battle for Crystal Dynamics.
Yeah. The moment that they realised...
In the wake of the most successful film franchise of all time and the highest grossing film of all time.
Yeah.
It was going to be difficult for them.
They may have entertained the idea from, the initial 2-line pitch. Oh, I wonder if we can maybe get the cast in.
So expensive.
But but the moment that they realised, no, we can't. Of course we can't. They will have thought, oh God, this is going to be, how do you follow that? But the characters have existed before the movies, and they will continue to exist after the movies. So.
They tweaked the designs as well in the wake of feedback, and I can't even remember what they looked like before, but now I just know, when I see them I just think, oh, that's the Avengers game. I think it just needed time to sink in, really. This is what these guys look like, and if they do a decent job with this game, they will carve out their own identity.
Yeah, of course.
As, oh yeah, those are the game Avengers, because that's what Marvel's Spider-Man did with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Tom Holland is probably the best Spider-Man that's ever been put on film.
Stan Lee said.
Well, there we go.
Says that he's basically the closest I've ever seen in terms of what I imagined of Peter Parker.
You can't argue with Stanley.
No.
Not Stanley.
No.
And then when Marvel's Spider-Man came out, everyone was like, oh, it's Marvel's Spider-Man. The Spider-Man from the game. You played the Spider-Man game? Oh, it's so good. If the game is good, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'll be absolutely fine. But for me personally, I'm not fussed anymore. I'm just looking forward to playing it next year.
Well, that's good.
Comes out just before my birthday.
Glad I asked.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Go on, ask.
Go on, I asked. Yeah.
What do you think about Marvel's Avengers, though? We're replaying the footage from the Gamescom demo because that's exactly what I played earlier. But I enjoyed it. Are you looking forward to it? Are you still perhaps a little bit on the fence?
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments below. And share this video around, do us a favour.
Yeah, why not?
Really appreciate that.
Do me a favour.
Do me a favour.
Oh, come on, do me a favour.
Do us a favour.
Oh,
Do us a favour.
God.
We're playing a couple of other games, aren't we, from EGX? A couple of big blockbusters. Well, sort of one big blockbuster and perhaps a slightly smaller blockbuster.
Yeah.
We'll leave that up to you to work out which game
It's based on a blockbuster.
It's based on a blockbuster.
But it isn't one itself.
It has a license.
Yeah.
And we'll learn all about it soon. If we end up playing it, that is.
Yeah, if
I'm
it bleeds, we can kill it.
Yeah, let's just leave it at that.
What?
Hello. So keep an eye out for that. More QuipScopes coming soon. Thank you so much for watching. We haven't done a QuipScope. Marvel's Avengers, more like Marvel's or... Looking forward to that one.
Oh, Avengers, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Marvel's Avengers, more like Marvelous Avengers, I guess.
Marvelous Avengers.
Marvelous
yeah.
Avengers.
Captain America, more like Thor. More fought in Thorica.
God.
Thor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Black Widow, more like Excellent Widow.
Marvel Avengers, more like Marvel Avenge Yours. When you buy a copy later, it'll be Marvel Avenge Yours.
I love that one.
Yeah?
That one's the best one. Let's end on that one.
Oh, thanks. That's nice.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.